detectives found 2 bodies on Redmond Avenue.
An armed robbery occurred late Saturday night at this gas station on West.
Residents in the area say they heard gunshots around 10 or 11 Saturday night, but didn't think much of it.
Shots were fired and at least 1 person injured. In Jackson,
police say there were shots fired into a house in the 3000 block of
the area say they heard gunshots around 10.
What they fight for? Tell me what they fight for. All money and drugs, that's what it was. That's what you dying for. Cook it up in the kitchen, life sentence. That's what you striving for. You trap, you trap, you trap, you trap, you trap, you trap.
Come trap your fix, get your licks, cause this White House was built with bricks. To sell your soul, you get that gold, you get that dope, you get them kicks, they tell you whatever. To keep you in sin forever. The oil, the money, the drugs got you trapped.
You trap, you trap, you trap. Ayy. You want that American dream, don't you? You wanna ride clean, sipping that purple lean, don't you? You want that Jesus peace that they ain't never seen, don't you? Run them numbers up, why them hoes scream, don't you? But they come with a price. Rick James, yeah, they colder than ice. They make you sign on the dotted line. They giving you life. Monopoly, now you rolling the dice. You wanna shine, right? You wanna shine bright? Where your soul, I need it. All your goals, you reaching.
Been on the block, hit the corners, but it ain't for the rock. This for the Lord, this for my people that's getting destroyed. This for the men that's living like boys. This for the women that's living like whores. I got a bone to pick. Running the zone to pick the road. Wet shots, no bricks. America, KKKA, damn. Living off the pig, going ham. Cooking coke, cut it if you can. No hope, rolling with the plan. White man dream, that's a scam. And all we do is follow master. All we do is follow pastors. Led to the slaughter. We need the Father, damn.
What they fight for? Tell me what they fight for. All money and drugs, that's what it was. That's what you dying for. Cook it up in the kitchen, life sentence. That's what you striving for. You trap, you trap, you trap, you trap, you trap, you trap.
Come trap your fix, get your licks, cause this White House was built with bricks. To sell your soul, you get that gold, you get that dope, you get them kicks, they tell you whatever. To keep you in sin forever. The oil, the money, the drugs got you trapped.
You trap, you trap, you trap.
Money, car, clothes, hold drugs, what you living for? The cop ran them down, trigger happy, what they shoot up for. Marching, they want justice, you want peace, but it never come. Judgment from the Lord, I pray you repent before your time come. The trap out, that's your hangout, till you crap out, till you lose your life. Look good, he was bugging, loco, shot a Draco, took a life. Like damn, bam, kicking the door with a no-knock one. You was sleeping in the bed, baby girl on the couch with an infrared beam, gon' move, get down. Like damn, man, tell me was it worth it, praying to the Father, why? When shots rang out about 100 rounds, they shot up the couch till the blood ran down. Damn, now that's your daughter. Now she did laying on the couch. You jumped up, cocked your block back, grabbed your dose and tried to run. Damn, so now you trapped, ran to the back of the house, no way out, laid on the floor, shot through the door, then tried to reload. Prison, he ain't going back. Reload, then cocked the hammer back, put the gun to his head, bent down to his knees, and blew his own damn brains out. Gone.
What they fight for? Tell me what they fight for. All money and drugs, that's what it was. That's what you dying for. Cook it up in the kitchen, life sentence. That's what you striving for. You trap, you trap, you trap, you trap, you trap, you trap.
Come trap your fix, get your licks, cause this White House was built with bricks. To sell your soul, you get that gold, you get that dope, you get them kicks, they tell you whatever. To keep you in sin forever. The oil, the money, the drugs got you trapped.
You trap, you trap, you trap.
Whoever's giving out these record deals. But all this violence here, people are ducking for cover, children are killing children, and there's no effort into boycotting anybody. Look how hard they're going to stop us. YouTube stopping us, PayPal stopping us, Facebook stopping us. All the energy they're putting into stopping us, who is not causing any harm to anybody.
you are now flying.
Applying pressure to the pedal breaking. Doing what we dedicated. Revealing truth to our people. We've been miseducated. Great awakening taking place and they can't decimate it. Truth serum that can't be replicated. Get medicated. This that Psalms 10780. We got this truth and can't keep calm. On the corner dropping bombs. Can't be detonated. Jump from coast to coast like LeBron. But we never traded. Got the breath of life in my lungs. I'm resuscitated precepts. The only PV pushing in this heat, hitting harder than a desert eagle bullet hit the earth with the line. Let it sink and we gon' hook 'em. We had idols in our mind. Heard this word and we forsook 'em. All in Memphis, no more rent. We raising up the 12. They say the truth hurts, so we labor in travail. From NYC to Houston, from LA to Riverdale, talking truth, taking
Welcome back to another week of Let's Talk Truth. Today you got myself, Captain Emmanuel, to my right.
Officer Baruch.
To my left.
Officer Jonah.
We got Officer Lack and reading our praise to the Most High.
Come on.
One of the greatest readers in Israel. Yeah.
All praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High, man.
Fire!
So listen, before we even get started, man, y'all see what's at the bottom corner of the screen, that QR code. Scan that QR code to support the prophets worldwide that's traveling to preach this gospel through the four corners of the earth.
That's right.
Put your brick in. All you got to do is scan that code, or you can text the number, but we ain't got that on the screen. So we going to get that, though. Lord's willing, next week, we're going to have a number to text if you can't scan the code. Yeah! All right? But donate, help us out. If it's on your spirit, all right, we ain't forcing nobody. Close the doors. We not doing that. We not doing that. All right. Do we got the thumbnail? What we talking about today? All right. So the name of the topic today is the U.S. dollar, currency of the beast. All right. And the beast that we talking about in particular is the United States of America.
That's right.
Christians act like they don't know what the beast in Revelation talking about. All signs point to the white man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to break it down today. We're going to break it down, Lord's willing. So y'all stay tuned. All right? But without further ado, let's open up with Proverbs 8, verse 6.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 6. Hear, for I will speak of excellent things. The opening of my lips shall be right things.
Come on.
For my mouth shall speak truth.
For what?
For my mouth shall speak truth.
Let's talk truth.
And wickedness is an abomination to my lips.
All praises to the Most High. So let's get that first clip, man, dealing with the U.S. dollar. Play that.
Ever wondered why the US dollar rules the world? Back in late 1800s and early 1900s, the US economy outgrew Britain's, and with the bigger GDP and gold reserves, the dollar took over from the pound. After World War II, the US was the only major country still standing strong. So, in 1944, the Allies signed the Bretton Woods Agreement. Every currency got tied to the dollar, and $35 got you an ounce of gold. That fell apart in 1971 when the US ditched the gold standard, turning the dollar into a trust me currency. But the US dollar is still used around the world for three big reasons. The US has world's biggest economy, which is great for investing. Its $36 trillion in government debt is safe bet for parking cash. And most global trade, especially oil, runs on the dollar. The euro and yen are gaining ground though, but dollar is still on the top, accounting for more than 50% of global currency reserves.
Right. So the show today is pretty much going to revolve around this short right there. We're going to break it down. But let's get Revelation chapter 17 and verse 3.
You going to learn today?
Revelation chapter 17 and verse 3.
Revelation chapter 17, verse 3.
Come on.
So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast.
Right, and I saw a woman sit on a scarlet-colored beast. Scarlet-colored going into red. All right, give me that real quick. First, give me Ecclesiastes 3:18. So the book of Revelation, first and foremost, is allegorical. You understand, it's a parable, it's a dark mystery, right? Those things that are described, dragons and horns and heads, and you understand, all of that is symbolic of nations, warfare, prophecy dealing with nations. You understand? But let's read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 18.
Come on.
I said in mine heart concerning the estate of the sons of men.
The sons of who?
The sons of men.
The sons of men, humanity. Read.
That God might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
What?
Are beasts.
Are beasts. So when you read about a scarlet-colored beast in the book of Revelation, it's not talking about an animal.
Hell
You understand? It's not talking about a donkey. It's not talking about a red heifer. You understand? It's talking about a race of people that are scarlet colored or red. Give me that in Genesis 25:25.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 25.
Read.
And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment.
And think about it, it's not hard to understand. Remember in the prophecy about Christ, in Psalms 22, it said, dogs have compassed me. You understand? And I think it also said bullocks in there. Was it dogs and bullocks surrounding the cross when Christ got crucified? Hell no. It was Roman soldiers.
Right.
You understand? So it's not hard to grasp. All right? So this beast here is going into specifically this nation. Read that again.
And the first came out red all.
So the first child, Rebecca, the wife of Isaac, was pregnant with twins. And God said that these will be two manner of people, meaning fraternal. They're going to be separated from your bowels. One is going to be stronger than the other one. The elder shall serve the younger, meaning the elder will be the weaker one. Right? So the elder came out what?
Came out red.
Or scarlet colored. Come on.
All over like an hairy garment.
And he was also hairy. Read.
And they called his name Esau.
Right, because names always came with meaning in the Bible. So they examined a baby and it was like, he's wasted away, because that's what Esau means. So what about his appearance with him being red would signify being wasted away? Because every child prior to that was born with melanin. You understand? Right. Genesis 2:7, we were comprised of the dust of the ground that come with all the minerals and things of that nature, which includes melanin.
Yeah.
With this child right here, he was missing that. It was wasted away. We see the blood show forth through his skin. That's why he was also named Edom, which means red. You understand? So that's who the beast is in Revelation chapter 17. Let's go back there. Revelation 17 verse 3.
Revelation chapter 17 and verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast.
Right. So this woman is not talking about pretty woman walking down the street. It ain't talking about Scarlett Johansson or whatever the hell. Hillary Duff. We're going to show you who that woman is. All right, y'all. Look, put that on the screen. All right. So y'all can get a clue.
What?
So it said the woman sat upon a scarlet colored beast. Come on.
Full of names of blasphemy.
Full of names of blasphemy. I'm going to show you one. Give me Revelation 2. Revelation 2 verse 9.
Let's go.
The book of Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9.
Come on.
I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
So this is Christ writing to speaking to the leaders of the church, which was comprised of the real Jews. You understand? I know your works, your poverty, your tribulation, but you're actually rich. Go ahead.
And I know the blasphemy
the
of
what?
The blasphemy.
The what?
And I know the blasphemy
Come on.
of them which say they are Jews.
They say that they're Jews. They claim that nationality. Go ahead.
And are not.
But that's not their nationality.
Message.
Read.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
Now, Jews comes from Judah, which means the Lord's praise.
Yeah.
Meaning you look at these people and you praise the Lord. You understand? Who looks at these people and praise God?
Oh my God.
Ain't no way.
These are not the people.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
They are scarlet colored beasts. Yeah, you understand? They Esau. They Edomites.
That's right.
So them calling themselves God's praise when they are the exact opposite is blasphemy. You point blank period. Now go to 2 Timothy 2:19. So we showing y'all, okay, these Caucasian people parading themselves around as if they're Jews, calling themselves Jewish, That's blasphemy. Watch this. Read that.
2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 19.
Come on.
Nevertheless, the foundation of God standeth sure,
Read.
having this seal, the Lord knoweth them that are his.
Read.
And let every one that nameth the name of Christ,
Let them that name the name of Christ. Now, it's a difference between Judaism, Jewish people and their religion, which are Caucasians, and the other Caucasians that believe in Jesus, which come from Roman Catholicism, and then you got the Protestants and the Anglo-Saxons and all that. Today, just Christianity, a whole bunch of damn denominations.
What?
You understand? So, the Bible says that everyone that names the name of Christ do what?
depart from iniquity.
Do what?
Depart from iniquity.
Depart from iniquity. Iniquity is sin. This people allegedly introduced the world to Christianity. How did they do it? Through iniquity. What the hell?
Right.
Through murder, through slavery, colonization, genocide,
Come on.
war,
Evil stuff.
everything. Christ said, the thief cometh to steal, kill, and destroy. Did he say they was going to do that in the name of Jesus?
Hell no.
Hell no. So for them to say that they are Christian is also what? Blasphemy. So let's bring it all together. Amos 9. Amos chapter 9, start at 11.
Come on.
The book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 11.
Come on.
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen.
Right, that's talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, southern kingdom and northern kingdom.
Yeah.
Come on.
And close up the breaches thereof.
Right, because we have been breached. We have been renamed. You understand? We have been deceived. We have been lost sheep. We have many breaches within our nation. The Lord said, I'm going to bind that up. Go ahead.
And I will raise up his ruins. And I will build it as in the days of old.
Right. The resurrection of God's nation has taken place right now before your eyes.
That's
in the
right.
Spirit of the Lord. Come on.
That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
And once the Lord unite us in the entirety of us being united is us being redeemed by our Lord and Savior, right? In that day, we're going to do what?
That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
The reason why it's a remnant of Edom, because a lot of them are going to get slayed. You know what I'm saying? So the surviving remnant of Edom, they're going to be our slaves because they have to serve their judgment.
That's
Revelation
right.
13:10. So the true Jews, the true Israelites, are going to enslave their oppressors, specifically Edom. Go ahead.
And of all the heathen.
And of all the nations, read.
Which are called by my name.
Which are what?
Which are called by my name.
So how did Edom, which are the enemies of God, God said he hates them. Right. How did they end up being called by his name? By calling themselves Jews, Revelation 2:9, and Christians, 2 Timothy 2:19, which them doing so is what? Blasphemy. So go back to Revelation 17.
Yeah. Revelation chapter 17 and verse 3.
Come on.
So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast.
The white man, the white race, the so-called white race, the Edomites, right?
Full of names of blasphemy.
They full of, what is woman? Let me rephrase. The woman is full of names of blasphemy.
Damn.
Meaning Jewish and Christian. Come on.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns.
The 7 heads and 10 horns talking about the European powers. Put that on the screen.
Damn.
You got 7 heads: Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, Great Britain. All right. Then you got the 10 horns: Belgium, Italy, Luxembourg, Greece, Netherlands, France, Germany, Denmark, United Kingdom, and Ireland. All of those are, guess what? Scarlet color. You understand?
Sheesh.
They all Edomites. All right? Come on.
Verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon
So full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. This fornication is talking about spiritual fornication.
For real though.
Specifically, put it back on the screen, Christianity, politics, world economics.
Come on.
Which we're going to talk about today.
That's right.
Sodomy and slavery, etc. You understand?
Yeah.
That's her fornication. That's her abominations.
Damn.
In a nutshell. In a cup.
Some evil stuff.
Come on.
Verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great.
So this woman represents Babylon the Great, which is the greatest empire of the scarlet color beast. That's why she's sitting on it. She the head, you know what I'm saying? The big dog, she the top giant. You understand? Serious? She got the power. Mystery Babylon the Great, read.
The mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Read 18.
Verse 18.
Read.
And the woman which thou sawest is that great city.
So this woman is the what?
That great city.
Which goes back to Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
Which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
Why the hell they say Babylon is talking about Iraq?
What?
I don't get it. Because they thinking about ancient Babylon, Shinar. Dumbass. What do Iraq reign over all the other nations?
Our people are stupid as hell.
Who else they say Babylon? They say Babylon is the Roman Catholic Church. Roman Catholic Church do got power and, you know what I'm saying, all of that. But they just fall under the fornications and abominations of the scarlet color beast itself.
Yeah.
You understand? It don't rule over like we just saw in a short about America. America run the world.
Right.
And that's just talking about the realm of economics.
This is America.
That ain't Catholic. That's the religious aspect of it.
For real though.
But economically speaking, who runs the world? Who at the top? Who called the shots? The U.S. dollar.
Right.
That is an element of that woman which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
This is America.
Economics is a part of that. And we're going to get into it, Revelation 13. All that. We just warming up right now.
Yeah.
All right? But all praise to the Most High.
Fire.
Before we just really get the cooking and frying America.
Come on.
Let's get the gem of the week.
Fire.
All right, so the gem of the week, we deal with different quotes and things of that nature from various people. All right, today we're going to deal with one of our most celebrated revolutionaries of, since the time of Babylon the Great.
Yeah.
All right, play that clip.
He wasn't teaching hate, he was teaching common sense.
Was I not listening correctly, or?
Well, he would illustrate it this way.
I don't advocate any kind of hate.
There's a lot of talk that sounds very much like it.
No, I think that the guilt complex of the American white man is so profound until when you begin to analyze the real condition of the black man in America, instead of the American white man eliminating the causes that create that condition, he tries to cover it up by accusing his accusers of teaching hate. But actually, they're just exposing him for being responsible for what exists.
Is the sheep preaching hate when he says, I'm not going to let the wolf eat me anymore? If the wolf comes in here, next time he comes in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent or is the wolf the violent one? Somebody's knocking you over the head, stop him. Do whatever you have to do to stop him. The ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of of the fact that he might swing back. So they said, no, he's teaching hate. He's violent.
Right. So what Malcolm X was speaking about was a term that's known as white fragility. I put that on the screen. It's how white people react when you speak truth. This is why they got us listed as a hate group, extremist group, and they've trained many of our people to respond as such to our message, which comes from the Bible, which comes from Jesus Christ. Our minds have been warped by this weapon of white people. All right? Put that on the screen. Read that.
White fragility refers to the defensive, dismissive, or emotional reactions white people often exhibit when challenged by discussions or evidence of racism, systemic racism, or white privilege. Coined by Dr. Robin DiAngelo, it describes a low tolerance for racial discomfort, where such challenges are perceived as personal attacks rather than opportunities for growth. This defensiveness can manifest as anger, guilt, or silence, and serves to maintain white racial equilibrium, prevent cross-racial dialogue, and perpetuate white dominance.
Big on the perpetuate white dominance. Think about somebody that's guilty of something they never got convicted for. Whenever you bring it up, they're gonna have their mechanisms of trying to shut you down, and shut you up. Like if you raped somebody and they didn't say nothing for 10, 15 years, and then one day they just start bringing it up, you're gonna be like, bro, what the, you know what I'm saying? For real. Like, chill out. Like, stop. That's white people. Because you know that what you did has to come with repercussions, and you ain't got none yet.
Right.
You understand? So it's a paranoia of what you know you got coming.
Yeah. It's scary.
For real. Read. Read.
Key characteristics of white fragility. Emotional responses. Emotions like anger, fear, guilt, and withdrawal are triggered by racial stress. Behavioral responses. Behaviors include argumentation, silence, tears, or changing the subject to avoid confronting racial realities. Denial of racism. A tendency to deny the existence or extent of racism, white privilege, and their own complicity. Focus on individualism. A reluctance to be generalized or seen as part of a group, often rooted in the belief that one is an individual rather than defined by race.
Right, but that ain't how God deal. God judged us as a nation. Remember Daniel. The Bible say Daniel was an innocent man.
Yeah.
He was in captivity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Message.
For real, all the righteous men they went into captivity right along with the rest of the nation of Israel. God pronounced judgment is against nations.
For real, though.
Prepare slaughter for the children because of the iniquity of their fathers. That's Bible.
That's right.
But they don't want that. Go to Revelation 12, start at verse 9.
The book of Revelation.
Show y'all white fragility.
Chapter 12 and verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan.
That great dragon is also the beast. That's the beast specifically. You understand? You wonder what type of beast? It's the damn dragon, which is a serpent, a snake. You understand?
Yeah.
That red dragon is the same one from Genesis 25:25. Which was inhabited, whose coming is after the working of Satan, who was in the garden in Genesis 3, that old serpent. Come on.
Which deceiveth the whole world.
How did they do that? Going back to what it say? The cup was full of blasphemy. They deceived the world into thinking that those people over there, Israel belongs to them. They're the real Jews. Jesus Christ, the Savior of all humanity, which is not a thing. He's white. You understand?
This is crazy.
God blessed us with this land, manifest destiny, And yeah, y'all went through slavery, but that was a part of God's divine plan to bring y'all into the sheepfold of Christ.
Crazy.
We niggas, niggas believe that, right?
Yes.
Everybody believe that. The whole world believe that. You understand? Pretty much.
Right, you ain't gotta say it to believe it.
They deceive the whole world. Come on.
He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Which is prophetic. They're going to fall in their allies, the 7 heads and 10 horns. Come on.
And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation.
Christianity don't want to deal with that. Salvation comes with the destruction of the white powers that be. What? That's Obadiah right there. Obadiah 21. After Edom get destroyed, then the kingdom is the Lord's. That's the sequence. Edom has to go down. That's the devil. Yeah. That's the great red dragon. Right. When Edom go down, now is come salvation. Read on.
And strength, and the kingdom of our God, and the power of his Christ.
Come on.
For the accuser of our brethren.
So the accuser of the brethren is the great red dragon, that beast, the nation of Esau, the nation of Edom. Amalek. That's the accuser of our brethren. Who is our brethren? Hold that. Give me Revelation 22:8.
Let's go.
Revelation chapter 22.
It said, I heard a loud voice saying in heaven. Who got voices in heaven? Read that real quick.
Revelation chapter 22 verse 8.
Read.
And I, John, saw these things and heard them. And when I had heard and seen.
Now John the Revelator, he was a Jew. He was an Israelite. Right. You understand? Message. So when John saw these things, go ahead.
I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel.
For the feet of the who?
The feet of the angel.
The feet of the angel. Where angels reside at? In heaven. Okay, come on.
Which showed me these things.
Read.
Then saith he unto me, see thou do it not.
Don't worship me.
For I am thy fellow servant.
I am thy fellow servant.
And of thy brethren.
And what?
And of thy brethren.
So again, John the Revelator was an Israelite. He was a Jew.
Right.
Yeah. The angel said, I am of thy brethren. The who?
The prophets.
The what?
The prophets.
The what?
The prophets. And of
Amos 2:11. The prophets was only of the nation of Israel. Come on.
And of them which keep the sayings of this book.
So go back to 12 and 10.
Revelation chapter 12 verse 10.
Come on.
And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation.
After the white men go down, there's salvation right there. Come on.
And strength. And the kingdom of our God.
Obadiah 21, read.
And the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down.
So the accuser of the Israelites is cast down. The Israelites are the so-called blacks and Hispanics. Yeah. They accuse us of every damn thing under the sun. They've been trying to demonize us forever. You understand? Yeah, even though they are the devil, the Bible speaks, they works precede themselves.
The devil.
How they established this country, and we're gonna deal with all of that. Message. But they objective is to demonize us as a people in its entirety. But think about the prophets specifically. SPLC, Canary Mission, ADL. You understand? They accuse us of being a hate group. They accuse us of being a damn extremist group. Why? Because we bring the truth out of the Bible concerning what they did to our people and what that means concerning them in the scriptures. Their judgment. That's hateful. You're racist. What? No, I'm speaking facts. Am I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? That's what Malcolm X was talking about.
Right.
Yeah. In their response, the reason why they got us on all these lists and all of that, because they the devil, they the accuser of the brethren, and it's called white fragility. It's the guilt of knowing that, them realizing that and being able to bring it out the Bible in terms of in prophecy. that means that we're about to be cast down. We about to be cast down.
Come on.
We know we got a short time.
Yeah.
You understand? So let's try our best to hinder that by trying to make them seem like the bad guys. They're a part of the problem. They're against unity. They're against Jesus. You understand? They accuse us of being evil. When we reveal their evil.
Hit the bomb!
So he was on to something. We just got the scriptures.
Yeah.
But he was on to something. What you opinion?
Oh, I got a script. Let me get a script. Go 2 Thessalonians.
Let's go!
Let's read that. You on the spirit, Cap. All praises to the Most High. Read this for me real quick. Verse 3.
2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3.
Come on.
Let no man deceive you by any means. For that day
So
shall not
that's
come.
the point right there. It said, let no man deceive you by any means. Like you just said, they're the accusers. What they do is they try to throw it back on you. Like it's your fault. Like it's our. No, we didn't decide to just go into slavery. No way. We didn't decide to end up getting choked out in this, hung on the trees, sprayed with water hose, beat. We didn't decide to have that happen to us. Read on.
Let no man deceive you by any means.
Read.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Read.
And that man of sin.
This is the issue right here. Back to what you was talking about, Cap. This point right here. Read.
And that man of sin be revealed.
We got to reveal him. And you had a man that didn't have the Holy Bible, didn't use the scriptures, revealing who the devil is. Revealing their true spirit. They the wolf. They the ones that want to, like you said in John 10:10. They the ones that the thieves that come and rob and steal and murder you. Those the ones, them the evil ones.
Yeah, because it said it in Obadiah.
Right.
A thief, won't he leave a couple of grapes?
Just leave something there.
When it come to Esau here.
Nah. But it's our fault.
Yeah.
Stop playing, man.
Exactly. We the hate group. We the hate group.
What we steal? What country we done went to and took everything?
Right. Who get it? Hospital, the institution we bombed with kids.
Right.
To this day.
To this day.
Come on.
And you know what's funny about what I just said? Because y'all know who I'm talking about, right?
Come on!
So Pam, a Christian pastor, says that he promoted to his congregation that as believers in Christ, we are to feel some type of way about Israel suffering by the hands of the Palestinians, Iran, or whatever the case. But so you're not going to talk about the genocide of the men, women, and children, innocent lives,
right?
Over there,
helpful.
It's crazy.
So they can do that, and nobody says anything, not even a Christian church.
That's
But
some evil stuff.
if you say something about them like we're doing right now, you're anti-Semitic.
Are you serious?
That's Revelation 12. See, that's why I'm cool with it. Because the Bible gotta be fulfilled.
That's right.
We gotta see, it gotta manifest who the accuser of the brethren is.
Yeah.
So in that day, in Judgment Day, when you try to Lord, and listen, I let everything play out. The people that kept my commandments, did my will, I opened the understanding to them, and they tried to tell y'all they the devil. And I showed them, I spelled it out. The devil gonna be the accuser of the prophets. You understand? And that's all they did. They did no type of work that showed that they was the people of God.
For real,
Right.
though.
All they did was accuse the people that was prophesying. But you wanted to be deceived and go against them to get the part from me out of the
Come on now, dog.
The scriptures gotta be fulfilled.
Right.
Bruh. It is what it is. So y'all better pay attention. Y'all better connect the damn dots.
No do-overs.
The hell?
We in this
You
building.
so-
Yeah, it's crazy because they're trying to put things in place in order to stop the prophecies from happening. They want a smear campaign, defamation, all these things, not realizing they're only fulfilling their part of the prophecy.
That's
why
right.
nothing can be done against the truth before it.
Yes.
Facts. The Lord is the mastermind.
Yes. Yeah.
So all praises, man. Let's get back to the topic, which is the U.S. dollar. the currency of the beast. Now, the beast is a man. It's a race, all right? And that race just so happen to be your friendly neighborhood white, all right? Let's open up with Habakkuk 2 before we get into it. Habakkuk chapter 2, and let's read verse 4.
Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 4. Come on. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright.
Start at 2.
Verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision.
Do what?
Write the vision.
Because you know how Christians like to do. You got to read it in context. And it was about at that time, ancient Babylon.
Goofy.
So the Lord said to the prophet meaning a foreteller. Yeah. The prophet Habakkuk. Do what?
Write the vision.
Do what?
Write the vision.
That's why you dummies need to stop speaking evil of the Bible. Y'all believe in that book? Y'all believe in that book?
Shut the hell up.
Nigga, how you know anything?
Hey,
what the hell?
Hell no.
Ain't you on Facebook all damn day, every day?
Stupid as hell.
Dummy.
For real, you gotta realize niggas do read.
All the time.
Niggas read all day, every day.
You're a biblical dummy.
It's just Facebook. You understand?
Damn.
That's what they read.
On the wrong timeline.
For real. Facebook, that's their scroll. You understand?
Jeez.
We in the real scroll.
Come on, man.
We in the real book. We in God book. You on Facebook, dumb nigga. God told the prophets, write the vision.
Yes, sir.
The vision. The vision. You understand? Meaning it was not happening at that time. It was a vision of the future. But write it though. Write it down. Write it down, brother. Come on.
And make it plain upon tables.
Come on.
That he may run that readeth it.
Because once they get the vision and they see it's not happening, they're going to be like, what does this mean? What does this mean? They're going to be running. Can you explain this?
Right.
You understand? Read on.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
It is what?
It is yet for an appointed time.
Read on.
But at the end.
So we're telling you the appointed time. What is the appointed time?
But at the end.
At the what?
The end, it shall speak.
Hold that. Give me a second. Ezra 6 and 9. So what we read in Habakkuk 2, it ain't going to make sense till the end. You understand? At the end, what you read, what you about to read, it's going to speak. It's going to speak volumes. Second Ezra 6 and 9.
Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9.
Come on.
For Esau is the end of the world.
Esau, that red, hairy nation. They the last ruling kingdom of the earth. That's how you know they the Babylon the Great in Revelation 17. That's how you know that's the scarlet colored beast. That's the woman. All that. That's how you know.
Amalek.
You understand? Because God said that's going to be the last ruling kingdom of this world. That's why I've been quoting Obadiah. After Esau go down, the kingdom shall be the Lord's. That's Revelation 12, 9, and 10. You understand? Esau is the end of the world. So when you see Esau ruling in the last days, Habakkuk 2 is going to line up directly with what the hell they got going on. So let's go back there. Let's go back there. Habakkuk 2, 3.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3.
Come on.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak.
And the last day is who we in now. Go ahead.
And not lie.
And you ain't going to be able to be like, man, this cap. You going to be like, damn. Yeah. Come on.
Though it tarry.
Though it what?
Though it tarry.
So it's going to be a good dispensation of time from now till then. It's going to tarry. You understand? From the time of Habakkuk to the time of America, that was a long little time.
For real, though.
Well, in the Lord, it was just a couple of days.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? A couple of days to the Lord. But for us, you know, that just tarry. Come on.
Wait for it. Because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
That's why we here now. We at that time now. We at the end when it's speaking. Read on.
That's right.
Behold, His soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
This man is not right. Something is wrong with this man. Something is seriously wrong with this race of people. His soul ain't right.
Message.
Hey, y'all seen, bruh, you know what's crazy? Bishop had brought out that clip from that show Lawman on Paramount. Lawman Bass Reeves about the black slave that got freed himself from slavery, but then slavery was abolished a couple days later, but he had already, whatever. But then he went on to become a marshal or sheriff, whatever. Long story short, I got 3 episodes in. Went to go to episode 4 the next day. Oh, you got to get Paramount Plus now to continue watching.
What?
But saying that to say, just like in the show Them, which you can still go and view, it shows that the white man, he do not believe in the Bible. People always say the Bible is the white man book and they gave us Christianity and that's their religion. But they do not believe in that shit for real. They know it was just a weapon. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They kept he was telling the nigger, he was like, your God is blessing us, or your God, and you know what I'm saying? And your God and your God. I don't believe in that damn God. I think I'm God. He said that in the show, man. Bro, them people ain't right, bro. And guess what the villain name in the show was? Esau.
Nah, man, that's
oh, white man named Esau.
Man. Esau McGraw.
Listen. Come on.
But the just shall live by his faith.
The Israelites gonna live by faith in these scriptures. Come on.
Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man. Neither keep it at home.
Because home is the Caucasus Mountains. Originally Mount Sierra. You understand? But after we drove their ass into the Caucasus Mountains when we was ruling during the Dark Ages, they said, no, we're not going to stay here. We're going to arise and build the desolate places all over. Come on.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death.
And what?
And is as death.
And is as death. Wherever he go to conquer, he enslaves those people, those native people. That's why I say he enlarges his desire as hell. That's why he colonizes everywhere he go.
For real,
and it's as death. When he touched down, it's genocide. Every single time. So now jump down to verse 12.
Verse 12.
Come on.
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Woe to him that do what?
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establisheth a city by iniquity.
So God said, woe, meaning destruction to him that builds a town with blood and establishes a city by iniquity. And didn't we read in Revelation 17 about that great city?
Yep.
Message.
How was the great city Babylon, which we know today as the United States of America, how was that junk built? Come on! Play, give me the video. Come on.
On this day in 1807, the British Parliament abolished the slave trade throughout the British Empire. Although it did not end the practice of slavery, it continued in the British colonies until 1838. The slaves were freed only after the slave owners received compensation. It is estimated that European traders transported and enslaved at least 12 million Africans. Most of them were forced to work on plantations. Did you know?
So wait a minute. So I wanted to get at this. I wanted to get the Great Britain stuff first because I got to set the stage. Great Britain became great because it was just Britain. It became great through slavery.
Right.
Nobody ever talks about that. You know what I'm saying? You think slavery, you think America, but no. The daddy of America is Great Britain. And we're going to show you in the scripture. But play give me the next one, though. Yeah, give me that. So, shout out to, I didn't know till today, but what is called? Let me see. Copilot is better than ChatGPT.
Okay.
Copilot is what you have. You got a Microsoft account. So, because I was like, what's the difference between you and ChatGPT? It was like, we similar, but I do this, I do that, I do that. And then you can talk to it and you can share your screen and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I asked Copilot, shout out to Copilot. I was like, in Great Britain, like, did they have plantations? Like, cause the scriptures say Europe is the bottomless pit. Ain't no stuff don't grow there like that.
Message.
Right? So watch this. Come on.
Great question, Emmanuel. The short answer is no. There were no slavery plantations in England itself like those found in the Caribbean, the American South, or parts of South America,
Which were British colonies. Go ahead.
However, England was deeply involved in the transatlantic slave trade and profited immensely from plantations abroad, especially in the British colonies.
Come on.
Here's a breakdown. Why not in England? England's climate is not suitable for the kinds of crops typically grown on slave plantations like sugar, tobacco, cotton, and rice. The agricultural economy in England was based on different systems such as tenant farming and wage labor, not plantation slavery.
Because I'm setting the stage because Great Britain was the world dominant power. How did America, the little baby country, I don't get it. America's a baby country. 1776, that's a couple hundred years. Right. They the baby country. How did they become more greater than Great Britain? What? You understand? Well, Great Britain, they got great from slavery, but the problem was in the land, in England, they couldn't do it. They land didn't yield that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. You understand? So the places where they was settling, like America, you understand, was yielding the hell out of this stuff.
Message.
That's when they were like, you know what? We're going to be independent from Great. We ain't going to have to cross the water and do all this and that. We just going to be our own damn thing here. You know what I'm saying? Was that it? Yeah, read. Come on.
Slavery was legally ambiguous in England until the landmark Somerset case of 1772, which effectively made slavery unenforceable on English soil.
What?
Where were the plantations? British-owned plantations were primarily located in Caribbean islands, Jamaica, Barbados, St. Kitts, etc. North America, especially in the southern colonies before independence. South America, British Ghana, now Guyana. Profitability of overseas plantations. These plantations were extremely profitable for British investors and merchants.
Yeah, man.
This is crazy!
Sugar plantations in the Caribbean were among the most lucrative, often yielding massive profits.
Yeah, man.
The profits funded the growth of British cities, banks, universities, and industries.
Y'all see this? Slavery. That's you building a city by iniquity.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And Ezekiel 28 tell you the iniquity of thy traffic, your trade of slaves. You understand? This is how they became great Britain.
Message.
Read.
Many British aristocrats and institutions, including some universities, received endowments or donations derived from plantation wealth.
Come on.
Historical impact. The wealth generated from slavery and plantations helped fuel the Industrial Revolution.
Come on.
It also contributed to the rise of British imperial power in the 18th and 19th centuries.
So now, go to Revelation 17. So Britain, when you do your research, you do the history on Great Britain, bruh. They was ruling the damn world. All the way up to the early 1900s.
Message.
All right, Revelation 17 and read verse 10.
Revelation chapter 17, verse 10.
Come on.
And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is. And the other is not yet come.
Read.
And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not.
So stop. So it said 5 are fallen and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. The one is, meaning that was in existence at that time, was Rome. That was the Edomite ruling power at the time in which this was written. That's why he said one is, and the other is not yet come. During that time, there was no Great Britain. You understand?
That's right.
So it says, and when, read that part.
And when he cometh, he must continue a short space.
So once you see that seventh head, which is Great Britain, he gonna rule the world before a short time. They had a short span of world domination.
Yeah.
Read verse 11.
And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth.
So the beast that was and is not meaning in the future is going to be destroyed. You understand? That is the eighth. Read.
And is of the seventh.
So the eighth head is going to come from the seventh one.
Message.
The origin of the eighth head, that last beast, is going to come from the seventh one, which was not yet in existence at the time this was written.
Are you serious?
That seventh head is Great Britain. What nation was born, what Caucasian nation was born from Great Britain and went on to exceed it in power? The United States of America. Great Britain is their daddy. That's why I say of the seven.
This is America.
You understand? Read on.
And goeth into perdition.
Goeth into destruction. That's Revelation 12. They're going to be cast down. All right? So the prophecy was that Great Britain, they would rule for a time, but the eighth head, which would come from them, would exceed them. You understand? So now, play the next chapter.
Wall Street's modern image as a bustling epicenter of wealth and commerce belies its grim past. In the 17th century, what is now known as Wall Street was home to New York City's first official slave market, established by a 1711 law aimed at controlling the sale and exchange of slaves within the city. It was here, in this very place, that human beings were bought and sold, their value assessed in cold, hard cash. This market facilitated the slave trade that was integral to the colonial and early American economy, providing the labor that would build cities, work the land, and generate wealth for their owners. The profits from these inhumane transactions were reinvested into the growing American economy, laying the financial groundwork for many of the institutions that would later dominate Wall Street. The capital amassed through the slave trade helped finance ventures and infrastructure that spurred the growth of the American economy, including the nascent banking sector. The connection between slavery and finance was further cemented as slaves were used as collateral for loans and insurance policies, turning human lives into instruments of credit and speculation. The slave market may have closed long ago, but the wealth it generated helped to erect the financial institutions that still stand on Wall Street today. In the unyielding pursuit of profit, the roots of economic growth often intertwine with moral compromise. Insurance companies, pillars of security in our contemporary world, once regarded human beings as insurable assets. Firms like New York Life, which stand today as monuments to financial stability, have chapters in their histories written in the ink of slave policies. These contracts guaranteed slave owners a payout in the event of a slave's death, escape, or incapacitation, reducing the horrors of human bondage to a risk assessment.
Pause. That don't sound familiar. Don't they do that same thing with the damn rappers today?
For real though.
Because that's the thing. That's what make them. That's what get the fans. Now it ain't talent. It's you really living what you rapping about.
Right.
Message.
People got tired of CB4 ad rappers that just capping in their rap. So go find real killers, real young savages, and put a contract in their hand. Yeah, because they really live their life. They're going to continue a short space.
Message.
But get an insurance policy on that nigga, and you gon' still make millions when he died from fulfilling his lyrics.
Crazy.
That ain't nothing the new under the sun.
Right.
It's the same thing they've always done.
That's right.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
Premiums collected from these policies didn't just protect slaveholder wealth, they amassed fortunes at the cost of unspeakable human suffering. This accumulation of capital on the backs of the enslaved allowed such companies to climb to the zenith of the insurance world. Yet, this rise casts a long shadow over the ethical landscape of the past and presents an uncomfortable truth about the origins of institutional wealth. The complicity of banks in the institution of slavery is a matter of historical record. Financial institutions, particularly in the southern United States, issued loans to slaveholders, accepting slaves as collateral. When cotton became king, the value of slaves increased, making them even more attractive as collateral. Indeed, by the mid-19th century, slaves were the single largest financial asset in the entire American economy.
Hey, this remind me of the Wells Fargo situation, because some people may be confused. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? The banks that you serve today, the banks that you put your money into, Wells Fargo, Chase, all those banks date way back to slavery when you were the money or the collateral that was invested into it.
Right.
The same banks that you put your money in right now. How you think they was able to make an example out of Kanye? We don't need your money, Negro.
Ain't no way,
We've been doing this. Just wanted to throw that out there.
With their value exceeding that of all the railroads and factories in the North combined. The use of slave-backed securities extended beyond loans. Banks in both the United States and abroad sold bonds to investors, which were secured by mortgages on slaves. Notably, the Second Bank of the United States, chartered in 1816, accepted slave mortgages as part of its collateral on loans. This practice became so widespread that by 1837, nearly half of the assets held by the New Orleans branch of the Second Bank of the United States were slave mortgages. Additionally, the New York Cotton Exchange, established in 1870, was the commercial epicenter for the cotton trade, which was inextricably linked to slave labor in the South. Banks played a crucial role in this exchange by financing the cotton trades and profiting from the fruits of enslaved labor. The iron rails that cross our nation were laid down through more than just physical toil. Railroad companies didn't just employ slaves, some owned them. These engines of progress were lubricated with the sweat and blood of the enslaved, a stark reminder that the paths to modernity were sometimes paved with oppression. When we marvel at the speed of our journeys today, let's not forget those who were forced to lay the tracks. Ivy-covered walls and towering spires of knowledge, universities like Harvard, Virginia, and Vanderbilt were not just institutions of learning, but also of owning. Yes, they owned slaves. The wealth and prestige that sparked generations of thought were partly ignited by the bondage of others. Education is about enlightenment, but that light casts a shadow. As these institutions teach us to look forward, they must also face their own past. From the financial district's slave markets to the Ivy League's historic halls, the specters of slavery linger. Thank you for joining.
So, get that in Revelation 18, man. So slavery is the backbone of the U.S. economy.
Yeah.
Can't refute that.
Right.
You understand? Pause the video, take notes, go back, meditate. Slavery is the backbone of the U.S. economy.
This is America.
All right, read that.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 11.
So this is prophetic of post-destruction of America. This is how the corporations throughout the earth going to feel afterwards. Read that.
And the merchants of the earth,
the merchants of the earth, meaning corporations of the earth, read,
shall weep and mourn over her. For no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Right, no man buyeth the merchandise of America anymore. Come on.
The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all fine wood and all manner vessels of ivory and all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beast and sheep and horses and chariots.
Stop. So all these things America possessed right? This was essentially a land flowing with milk and honey.
Message.
When the white man stepped on this land, he knew it was a gold mine. You understand? So yes, the natives were here, so they had to concoct a plan. How do we take it from the natives? And once we take it from the natives, how do we get? Where do we get the people to work all of this stuff?
Message.
And that's when they shipped the slaves over here. Damn. They enslaved so-called Indians, brought Negroes, and we didn't been all mixed and stuff because we were the same people. So a lot of you damn Negroes think you was shipped over here. And they really good. You know what I'm saying? You really Native American. They enslaved them, and they brought us over here and they put us both on the damn plantation. And have us this. You understand? So to be able to trade all of that after they took it from the Indians, it had to be worked by what? Read on.
And slaves.
And what?
And slaves.
And what?
And slaves.
So this is in the Bible. The Bible is telling you the last ruling kingdom in the earth, the reason why it's going to be missed once it's destroyed is because of its prominent trade throughout the earth of slaves.
Hit the bomb.
Who built the greatest nation? The greatest economy in the world, how was it built? Off the backs of slaves. Read on.
And souls of men.
Right, because now it's but that's another. All right, go to the next video.
In order to fund the American Revolutionary War, the Continental
before
Congress...
I get into this, because now we finna get into some other stuff. Give me Jeremiah 22:13. So I just want to pull this, dealing with the foundation of the U.S. economy being slavery, before we get into the dollar, because it wasn't the dollar at first. Y'all know that, right?
Right.
The dollar wasn't a thing at first.
Hell no.
Well, read that for me.
Jeremiah chapter 22 verse 13.
Come on.
Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness.
So woe meaning destruction to him that build his house by unrighteousness. Read.
And his chambers by wrong.
So it's going to expound on his unrighteousness and wrong. Read.
That useth his neighbor's service.
That uses his neighbor's service.
Without wages.
What is that called? That's slavery. Go ahead.
And giveth him not for his work.
To this day, zero reparations. But guess who they did give reparations to? The white slave owners that owned slaves after they abolished it. Since, we abolishing slavery, and I know that's, that's your livelihood. Right. We're going to pay you. We're going to give you generational wealth.
You shouldn't have to work.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
This is crazy.
Just pay the niggas to do it.
Man. We never got a dime, and the slavery is the backbone of the economy, bro.
Right.
What the hell? God is gonna judge their ass for that. Yeah, that's it. Lord. So now let's get into the dollar. Play that.
In order to fund the American Revolutionary War, the Continental Congress created a paper currency called the Continental. Its value plummeted after the war, leading to the coinage act.
So, the conception in America of the paper form of currency was to fund war.
Damn!
You understand?
This is war!
At the gate, the formation of the paper currency in America was to fund war.
Message.
Come on.
Of 1792, which created the U.S. dollar in the form of a silver coin. Gold and silver were the only legal tender in the U.S. until another paper currency called the greenback was created to fund the Civil War. The more they printed, the further its value dropped, until 1873, when the standard was set back to gold. The first paper U.S. dollar was printed in 1914 when the Federal Reserve Bank was established. During World War II, Allies traded gold for the dollar, making the United States the world's largest holder of gold and propelling the dollar to world dominance. In 1970, Nixon removed the gold standard, making the U.S. dollar no longer redeemable for gold. Its value was backed solely by the might of the U.S. government.
Right. We gonna expand on that. Play the next video. That's the beast, bruh. It's the currency of the beast. Play that.
The currency of the world used to be the British pound until the US dollar overtook it, but how? The crumbling of the pound began during World War I when the UK had to borrow heavily to fund their war effort, which increased their own debt. British pounds at the time were linked to gold, which actually helped the currency maintain a fixed value. But in 1915, the UK abandoned the gold standard in order to continue to finance the war effort. At the same time, they started buying weapons and ammo from the US, and they paid for it with, you guessed it, gold. The US started to stockpile gold through World War I and World War II, and by the end of it, the United States had amassed nearly 2/3 of all the gold reserves in the world. Then in 1944, at the famous Bretton Woods Conference, the US dollar was chosen as the world's reserve currency because the US was the largest economy at the time and they held most of the gold reserves. The US dollar was to be fixed to the price of gold and other currencies were fixed to the US dollar. So loads of countries started to hold large amounts of US dollars in their central banks, and that remains to this day. However, we did abandon the gold standard in the 70s, but that's for another time.
Right. So y'all see how America finessed its way to the top.
Message.
In World War I and World War II, Britain got drained. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So they was to survive. They had to give America all that damn gold. Come on,
bring it on.
And they stacked up all the gold, and to where they had most of the gold in the world. So all the nations had to succumb to America. And America was like, all right, this is what it is now. Dollar. You understand? And then when they got to a certain point, Nixon was like, gold is not a thing anymore. Dollar.
Damn.
Play the next video.
I saw the devil, man.
Yeah, man.
In 1971, something big happened, but most people didn't notice. President Nixon ended the U.S. dollar's tie to gold. No more backing, no more limit. Before this, dollars were just paper, but each one could be exchanged for gold. But the U.S. was running low, so Nixon broke the promise. This created fiat money, currency backed by nothing but trust. They said it was temporary, but it's still the system we use today. Debt exploded, inflation soared, and the silent reset began. You still trust it?
Fiat money. Fiat money.
Message.
In 1971, the spirit of Satan told President Nixon, hey, man, the gold thing, no. You rule the world. You understand? Damn. Tell them nations it's because what you say goes. Fiat money. Shit. Fiat money. What is fiat money for? To fund war. All right, play that.
The only reason wars exist is because of the US dollar. Fiat is the currency of war. Back in the day, 500,000 years ago, before fiat was introduced into the system, you had monarchs. And monarchs would have their treasury, they would tax their people, but you could only go to war in proportion to the level of your treasury. So a monarch would be like, okay, do I want to invest in land? Do I want to keep my wealth? Or do I want to go to war on this guy because I'm about to lose? Heavy duty.
That's in the Bible. Luke 14. Yeah. I'm going to give you that.
For real though.
Luke 14.
Fire.
About counting the costs.
The book of Luke, chapter 14 and verse 28.
No, I want the joint about the embassage. 31.
Yes, sir. Verse 31.
Uh-huh.
Or what king?
Or what monarch? Go ahead.
Going to make war against another king.
That's how it was back then. Monarch versus monarch. Come on.
Sitteth not down first and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000.
Right, he had to count the cost. Go ahead.
Or else, while the other is yet a great way off.
So before I lose everything, because I can't afford to go into this war, I'm short of manpower, I don't got enough in the treasury. Go ahead.
He sendeth an ambassage and desireth the conditions of peace.
Hey, let's squash this. You know what I'm saying? For real. So just showing that what they talking about is in the Bible. But when the beast sat on that seat of authority, he said, no, I am war. I'm as death. Damn. You understand? Fiat money is going, fiat currency is going to be the currency of the world. Go back. Go back a few seconds.
I want to invest in land. Do I want to keep my wealth, or do I want to go to war on this guy because I'm about to lose pretty heavy duty? And maybe I lose, and if I do win, well, I only get the scraps of whatever destruction I've left. Today, I can just print dollars, fund any war, whether it's Yemen, Iraq, whether it's Afghanistan. That's why I think Bitcoin is hope and freedom.
Y'all see that? That's how you like, damn, America, they ain't never stopped being at war.
serious?
We done been always sending troops to the Middle East. This is how? How do we? Cause we print money to do it.
Right.
Fiat currency. You understand? That's how he gonna get that in Genesis 27 about Esau. Genesis 27:38. Watch this shit.
Let's go.
Book of Genesis.
This you gotta connect the dots. Fiat currency, that was to fund war. How is that the currency of the biggest world economic power?
I don't get it.
Because the world power itself is a nation of war.
What?
Read that.
Genesis chapter 27, verse 38.
Come on.
And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
You're going to dwell in the best places of the earth. Go ahead.
And of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword.
How you going to get that?
And by thy sword.
By thy sword. So they conquered. They live in the best places of the earth. But they got it through warfare.
Right.
By thy what?
By thy sword shalt thou live.
God said, by your sword, you're going to live. So it makes sense that the currency of war is they damn girl. That's not a coincidence. The spirit came on Richard Nixon to do that.
Nope.
This is America.
You understand?
Yeah.
He forced out, no, we're going to have to keep robbing countries and keep going to war. So that gold stuff, no. It's what we say is what it is. Fiat currency.
This is crazy.
You can't make this stuff up. I knew this was gonna happen, y'all. We gotta just keep going with the topic. All right, give me number 12. Give me number 12, man.
Are you serious?
So we went over the history, the establishment of the backbone of Britain's economy, which America broke off from and became independent. And in America, they could actually reap the benefits of slavery in the land of America. So slavery was a much stronger force, which is why their economy, the foundation of the U.S. economy, would propel them eventually beyond that of Great Britain.
Why ain't no way?
You understand? And through the process of time, America, World War I and World War II, they was able to do what? Stack up all that gold and force the other nations to succumb to them as the economic power. So we went through all that history. Now, here we are. Play that.
Money buys you everything from better health care to better schools to a much broader selection set of mates. So we have become obsessed, understandably, with money. The idolatry of the dollar and these tech innovators has gone berserk. And so the pursuit of the dollar, in my opinion, has crowded out almost all traditional character. When the wealthiest man in the world, and probably the most admired man in the world, is making Nazi salutes, we normalize that shit. Why? Because he's really fucking rich. Look what money has done to us. Look what it's done.
So the world that we live in is we idolize the dollar. It's idolatry.
He ain't lying.
Idolatry.
That's a problem.
Literally. Give me 1 Timothy 6:9. So watch this.
First Timothy.
Watch this.
First
Pay
Timothy.
y'all connecting the dots, man. Go ahead.
I say, that's where they got the acronym CREAM. He said, cash
Rules everything around me. The money, dollar bill, yo.
First
on.
Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. But they that will be rich
Right, you want to be rich, read.
fall into temptation and a snare.
Come on.
And into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
Because it's evil spirits associated with money. You understand? Read on.
Which drown men in destruction and perdition.
Come on.
For the love of money.
Because the love of money, the infatuation, the idolizing of money, come on,
is the root of all evil.
And in Malachi it say Esau is the border of wickedness.
Right.
You understand? So that's where evil started, where it ends. So you don't think money is gonna be a main instrument thereof of that nation? The love of money is the root of all evil. Come on.
Which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
So the love of money is the root of all evil. Now, we ain't gonna get into all because you know that the dollar got a lot of stuff in it. Gets a lot of stuff on the damn dollar.
Message.
So we just gonna deal with this one little thing. Play that video real quick.
Dollar bill symbolism shows you this. If we translate these words from Latin, it says announcing the birth of the New World Order. Draw a 6-pointed star, you get ASNOM, which spells Mason. The word Mason means build. Building the New World Order.
Stop.
Here we see.
Get Malachi 1. I know what you're thinking. You thinking Mason, Illuminati, Jay-Z. No, the founding fathers, that was the founding father, the Edomites, George Washington, them, all them. That's what they was.
Right.
And it means build. It's not a coincidence. Malachi 1:4.
Malachi chapter 1 verse 4.
Come on.
Whereas Edom saith.
Who?
Edom saith.
That scarlet colored beast, read.
We are impoverished. But
We are impoverished right now. We in the Caucasus Mountains. We don't know how to bathe. We beasts. Literally. Come on.
But we will return.
But we will return. Renaissance era. Rebirth. Go ahead.
And build.
And what?
And build.
And what?
And build the desolate places.
And that manifested in the United States of America. That's why they called it manifest destiny. It was the manifestation of the destiny of Esau, of Edom. We will build.
Yeah.
Come on.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build.
They what?
They shall build.
It's gonna happen. That's why I say we will build a new world order. Give me that in Revelation 6. I ain't want to go here yet, but it is what it is. Revelation 6 and 8.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 8.
Come on.
And I looked, and behold, a pale horse.
A what?
A pale horse.
That same pale baby from Genesis 24. They're like, what the hell? He wasted away.
What the hell is this?
Behold, a pale horse. Go ahead.
And his name that sat on him was Death. And hell.
Did we read that? Death in hell. That was Habakkuk too.
Right.
The Lord said at the end is going to speak. Read on.
Yeah. And hell followed with him.
Come on.
And power was given unto them.
And what?
And power was given unto them.
Power was given unto them, white folks. Read.
Over the fourth part of the earth.
Over the what?
Over the fourth part of the earth.
Hey, Google that real quick, man. Fourth part of the world. What that is.
Come on.
Power was given them over the fourth part of the world.
Yeah.
Fourth part of the world. Read that. Come on.
The fourth part of the world is a historical term. The Americas.
Hit the damn bomb, brother.
Hit the bomb.
So go back to Revelation. Where we at? Man, I can't believe you put this.
6 and 8.
Where we at, man?
Revelation chapter 6, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale
Nah,
horse.
all right, go back to where we was at.
Okay.
Damn.
And power.
I'm discombobulated. They will build. You understand? Go back to the video. That's, yeah. So I'm trying to bring it all together. We will build new world order Meaning, Malachi 1:4, they're going to conquer what today is known as the Americas.
Yeah.
And that's why the new acceptance means our enterprise fulfilled, meaning that dollar is a symbol of them fulfilling Malachi 1 verse 4.
Message.
They got power over the fourth part of the world. That was their enterprise, and they did it.
Yeah.
So go back to the video.
The New World Order. Here we see the ground or the earth. They're building the New World Order on the earth. The New World Order is a pyramid scheme with only a few elite people with true hidden esoteric knowledge, symbolized as light and the eye of consciousness. The
Pause. That's Isaiah 47, the damn necromancers and the, you know what I'm saying? That's the elites at the top. That's them damn Rothschild, Redstones, them Jewish, them evil devils.
The devil.
Come on.
society will be hidden in dull, dark stone bricks, symbolizing heavy, weighed down consciousness.
Hold that. Give me Revelation 16. The kingdom full of, you know what I'm talking about. Revelation 16 and 11.
Revelation.
No, 10.
Revelation chapter 16 verse 10.
Watch this.
And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast.
The seat of the beast, the white man, read.
And his kingdom was full of darkness.
That's what them bricks represent. The way down consciousness, that's the blindness, the obliviousness of America with the elites ruling at the top. A kingdom full of darkness, which is sin. You understand? But that's the blindness that's on the whole damn place. All right, go back to the video.
People who lack self-awareness and they are identifying with their heavy physical body and ego. Their aim is simple: to limit the human mind so that you do not figure out who you are, what you are. Keep your consciousness locked in a 3D state so you do not ascend from this plane. Everything this matrix does is to trick you into believing you are a physical being. So when you die, you are still addicted to the worldly pleasures and you will reincarnate yourself back to this plane. I know how unsettling it is
So
to
look,
see these.
So
This is crazy.
and a 6-point star is not the star of David.
Come on, man.
Give me that in Acts 7. We gotta get it. Yeah, that is a demonic symbol. That's what I understand. Give me that.
The book of Acts chapter 7 verse 43.
Come on.
Yea, ye took up the tabernacle of Moloch,
Which was the devil. Read.
and the star of your God.
The what?
The star of your God.
Is that a higher case G or a lowercase G?
Lowercase G.
Lowercase G, meaning that was an idol, not the God of Israel. He don't got no. He didn't never say this is my star. No. The star of God is Christ. Numbers 24. A star shall come out of Jacob. Revelation 22, the bright morning star.
Yeah.
That's Christ. Ain't no damn 6-point star. What the hell?
Right.
That's the star of your God. Go ahead.
Remphan.
Who?
Remphan.
Remphan. The devil. You understand? That's what the star, the so-called Star of David is. There ain't no Star of David in the Bible.
Hell no.
So now, give me where we at. Give me the the dollar represents they enterprise fulfilled, or them gaining power over the fourth part of earth. Give me Judah 5 and 11. Because they won't go as far with breaking down the pyramid aspect. Because that breakdown, it was good. It was, has some substance. But ultimately, them rocking the pyramid on the back of their dollar, which is that's the dollar bill, is the staple of their what? Economy. What is the backbone of their economy? Slavery. What did Egypt do? Enslave the Israelites. Read that.
Judith chapter 5 verse 11.
That's why I say that great city in Revelations 11 and 8 is spiritually called Egypt. Read that.
Therefore, the king of Egypt rose up against them.
Come on.
And dealt subtly with them. And brought them low with laboring in brick. And made them slaves.
And what?
And made them slaves.
And what them slaves do? Exodus 1. Exodus 1. Give me the verse about the treasured cities.
The book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 7.
Come on. No. 11.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens.
Come on.
And they built for Pharaoh.
So the slaves, which were the Israelites, did what?
Built for Pharaoh.
They built for Pharaoh.
Treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses.
So what do the pyramid on $1 represent? How did their enterprise get fulfilled all the way? Through slaves building it.
Hit the bomb!
Slaves built this country and built the economy. That's why that pyramid on the back of the dollar, they showing you who they is, spiritual Egypt.
That's right! This is crazy!
Because that video that we played, all the institutions, the colleges, I bet the slaves built this country just like the Israelite slaves built Egypt.
Yeah.
Same thing. So, now, give me the next video. So, and I was thinking of, this is actually what inspired the class, but the radio show, believe it or not. I was thinking about how rappers always promote money. It's all about the money. Get the money, get the money.
How is that helpful?
One of the main rappers that influenced me when I was in the world, because I had that mindset. I mean, let me, for everybody, I'm going to get this money. Was this dude right here from me, Southern rapper. He ain't just major, super big, Jay-Z, none of that type of stuff. But to Southern Jews in the world, you know what I'm saying, 10 years ago, we was rocking with this guy right here.
Some of y'all know what I'm talking about.
And he died in 2021. He got shot down. In the last music video that came out from him, in the beginning of the song, he was talking. He was like, if everybody, if everything, get the money. Damn. And that was his motto. And all his songs before that, he go get the money, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Go get the money. Here, the name of his label, Paper Route Empire. So look at this video.
I look at everything about money. I don't know who raised them, where they get that shit from. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm from Memphis, and it's like everything about paper with us. You know what I mean? It's like everything. If you ain't got nothing to do with money, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right. So that's where rappers put, not just him, but that's where rappers push. Now, remember, the dollar. Where did it come from? It was about funding war. That was the conception of the dollar. The dollar being instituted as the global standard came from, because it was really gold. Gold was backing the dollar. Richard Nixon, no. It's what we say it is, trust us.
Right.
Why the hell would you trust the white man? But anyway, it's fiat currency. Fiat currency is literally the currency of war. So that's the spirit behind the dollar. So when he's saying Memphis, which was the capital of what? Egypt.
Right.
And Memphis, which is the murder capital right now,
right.
It's all about what? It's all about money. Money. We all about money in Memphis. That's why niggas dying every day in Memphis.
Right.
Yeah. But in just like most rappers, in one breath they'll say this, especially on the beat. You understand? On wax. They'll say one thing, and then in certain interviews they'll turn around and say another thing. All right, now play this clip.
Man, I've been blessed like for a long portion period of time. But the thing about me, bro, I don't give a damn about money. You know what I mean? So you let money control you and rule you and make how you move like a certain way. Like, I gotta stay away from you because ain't no telling what you would do for some money.
And you know what's funny? Well, it ain't funny.
Wow.
Things written before time, written for learned. Right? Because he said the reason why he don't trust people that idolize money, they'll do anything for it, right?
Right.
In 2 Kings 5, you read about the servant of Elisha, Gehazi.
Right.
Gehazi was enticed by the money that Naaman offered Elisha for healing him. And Elisha turned down, like, nah, I'm good, I don't need that. Right? But the servant like, wait a minute. I get that money. So he deceitfully went behind his master Elisha back, got the money, and came back deceitfully. And Elisha was like, bruh, my spirit was with you. I know what you did.
That's some evil stuff.
I know what you did, nigga. I know you went and got the money.
Let the BS
the
go.
Clothes, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, no comment.
And his judgment, he was turned white. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, that was a judgment. He got turned white. For real. He got turned white. That's when niggas idolize money. We take on the same spirit as the so-called white man. And we all we want to do is kill niggas, get over on it, still kill and destroy niggas.
Right.
That's the spirit.
That's true. That's what happened to Judas.
Yeah.
For the money. And
Exactly.
then he became
For
king.
real, though.
Get that in Sirach 10 and 9.
Fire.
Money, 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 money. Dollar bill, yo.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 9. Come on. Why is earth and ashes proud?
Why is man proud? Read.
There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
That's what Dolph was saying. I can't trust a nigga that I like. They'll do anything. It's nothing more worse than a covetous man. And that was the demon that was on Judas Iscariot.
Right.
Christ said it's better that he had not been born.
Damn.
Read.
For such an one setteth his own soul to sell.
He do what?
Setteth his own soul to sell.
That which goes back to the Revelation 18, the last part. It says slaves in souls of men. How do they trade souls of men? Because men sell their soul for the dollar, for the money. Now play it with the, we can finish it out. That was it.
Because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
Meaning you'll get your booty hole up for the money. All right, play the clip. Let a man go in your
Use fiat money. If the people in charge of the world
now play it again from the top. Play it again from the top.
Come on.
Use fiat money. If the people in charge of the world can print unlimited amounts of said thing, and you'll give up your life for certain amounts of said thing, then they own you. They control you. Oh, you need $100 to do this. Print. Off you go, slave. It doesn't matter. It's not real. So who cares? So the entire world's a slavery system to some degree. Maybe you can make enough of those dollars and buy your freedom, as I have, right? But in general, it's a slave system. And anyone who's out here who still believes, because it seems to be there are some people who still believe in like saving up and save my money, and if I'm really diligent, I get a mortgage, and in 28 years I might own the property. Man, it's a trap. All of it is a trap.
Damn. He knows so.
He ain't
Some
lying.
accuracy in that thing, that fiat money. It ain't real.
Right.
Give me the next clip.
The US dollar is about 60% of the value of all the currency on the planet, and more than half of the dollars reside outside the United States. The reason every country has US dollars is, first of all, that's what central banks use as the reserve currency. Second of all, oil is priced in dollars. So this is the world, and what you see here is that these are the countries that are avoiding the US dollar in trade. They're doing bilateral agreements where they'll either hold each other's currency and settle that way, or they're establishing, like right now, they're talking about a BRICS bank, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, having a bank that will do settlements between the countries directly without using the US dollar. These countries, they tried to avoid using the US dollar, like Iran tried, and we banned them from using SWIFT. How many here have made wire transfers before? So do you know what a SWIFT number is? It's a code that you plug in, and this SWIFT system is what transfers those dollars from one person's account to another person's account. Well, Iran decided that they were going to sell oil only in euros. They got banned from SWIFT. But there's countries right now coming up with a replacement for SWIFT. And it doesn't use the dollar, it's the Sukra system. And Iraq started selling oil for euros. In Libya, they were talking about creating the gold dinar and selling oil for gold. So those are the countries that are trying to use something other than the dollar. Then we've got gold competing with currency. And there's a lot of talk around here about the gold dinar, and there's people that are actually using gold in some of the countries over here. And then in Utah has recognized gold and silver as money again. It's legal tender currency in the state of Utah in the United States. And then you've got physical gold accumulation. I'll show you later that China is accumulating an immense amount of gold, but all the countries with an up arrow, that's gold accumulation. Then we have gold repatriation. Germany has been asking for their gold back, and they're getting it. Venezuela has repatriated their gold from the Bank of England. And then if we put this on a timeline, here's the nails in the coffin for the dollar standard, and you will see that there's not a lot of time left. This is my evidence that I think is proof that the death of the dollar is coming, and it's coming shortly. Nixon ended Bretton Woods, and we went on the dollar standard. Then the first nail in the coffin is Iraq sells oil in euros. The crisis of 2008, and we added 1.25 trillion to our base money in the United States. As we add to the base currency, people get worried about inflation. They start rushing toward gold and silver. Iran ends oil sales in dollars, and they're taking commodities in trade for oil. They're taking, in Turkey, they take the local currency and then buy gold.
This is what's heavy, and we're gonna get into it in a second. But all of the three unclean spirits always tie in together: politics, religion, and money. They always tie in together. Because okay, Iran beef with America, Europe, the EU. You know what I'm saying? That beef brewing up, all of that. It's all of those things are always interconnected with the beef between the nations.
Right.
Message. That's what stirs up war. You understand? As you can see, the dollar is involved with that. The reason why Iran and all that, you see, Iran was like, no, we're gonna stop using the US dollar.
Right.
We're gonna use euros. Euro. You understand?
Right.
Y'all see the connection. Okay, read on, play on.
In Turkey and export the gold to Iran, so they're basically selling oil for gold. They do the same thing with India. QE2, quantitative easing, that's more currency printing in the United States. Libya, China and Russia bypassed the dollar. They did a bilateral trade agreement where they hold each other's currency and they do direct debt settlement without having to wire transfer US dollars. Chinese president just recently said that the dollar as the world's reserve currency is a product of the past. Utah recognized silver and gold as money. China and Iran bypassed the US dollar with a bilateral trade agreement. Venezuela repatriates its gold. China and Japan trade directly. India and Japan bypass the US dollar. Russia and Iran trade directly. Iran sells India oil for rupees and commodities. China and Brazil trade directly. Swiss citizens demand gold repatriation. African countries ban the dollar. In Zambia, you can go to jail if you use US dollars. Quantitative easing number 3. They have announced at the Federal Reserve that they're starting with $40 billion of currency that they're creating each month, and now it jumps to $85 billion. That's more than $1 trillion a year. And remember, it took 200 years to go from no dollars to 825 billion, and now they're going to create $1 trillion every year. Iran trading energy for gold. Singapore removes tax on money. Germany repatriates 150 tons of gold from the New York Fed. The citizens of Netherlands demand gold repatriation. Ecuador repatriates part of its gold reserves. Austrian citizens demanding gold repatriation. China acknowledges fundamental market shortage of gold. And now, the Fed is increasing the rate of printing. I said from 40 to 85 billion every month, just over $1 trillion per year. So those are the nails in the coffin for the dollar standard. And if you noticed, they're all speeding up, and they're all happening right now. You don't have a whole lot of time. And if you wait too long, then the opportunity is gone.
See, this is how you're going to have famine. Everything in the Bible is a true book.
That's right.
Give me Obadiah 1. I'm going to make this quick. Obadiah 1, start at 1.
The book of Obadiah, verse 1.
Come on.
The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Concerning Edom.
The white man, the scarlet colored beast. Come on.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
The nation's going to get their nuts up to go against America. Come on.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
That's the proof right there.
Right.
This nation doing it. This nation doing it. We tired of your shit. We tired of your shit, America. Now use the dollar more. You going to jail if you use the dollar. That's prophecy. Read 7.
Verse 7.
Come on.
All the men of thy confederacy.
Because 7 heads and 10 horns.
Right.
The nations over there, the European nations was the allies of America.
That's
Boy
right.
said, all the men of your confederacy, go ahead.
Have brought thee even to thy border.
Watch this.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Read.
And prevailed against thee.
Read.
They that eat thy bread
Your dainties from all that trading, go ahead.
have laid a wound under thee.
Have what?
Have laid a wound under thee.
Have laid a wound under thee. So you see in the monetary aspect of that, the economic aspect of that, they trading with nations with gold and silver and euros. They, what's the word? Handicapping the U.S. That's a wound under them. You want to crippling? There you go. Your nation is crumbling, crippling. You understand? For real. So, all right, where we at? So now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, BRICS, and yeah, so the China's next. Looking at, you think America going for that?
No, that's why they won't let Africa do nothing.
America ain't going for that shit.
Right.
So play that real quick.
Where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money. But also, this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private, but what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The U.S. is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction. The Europeans have committed to that as well. And the question is, will that new system of digital money and digital accounting accommodate the competing needs of the citizens of all these locations so that every human being has a chance to have a better life? Because that's the only measure of whether a world order really serves.
So America, like, we 2 steps ahead of y'all. But y'all might have been like, well, this is 2022. The white woman don't know what the hell she's talking about. So let's go to July 2025. Give me that article. What did Trump then did last month? Come on.
Fact sheet. President Donald J. Trump signs Genius Act into law, making America the leader in digital assets.
Y'all see this, bro? America ain't going. They not going. Come on.
Today, President Donald J. Trump signed the Genius Act into law, a historic piece of legislation that will pave the way for the United States to lead the global digital currency revolution.
Y'all see this? Come on.
The Genius Act prioritizes consumer protection, strengthens the U.S. dollar's reserve currency status, and bolsters our national security. The Genius Act will make America the undisputed leader in digital assets, bringing massive investment and innovation to our country.
And now remember what the white woman said. She said, "This is dangerous. We're going to need a constitution to go along with this, because it's going to be a breach between. It's going to keep track of every single transaction. So if they got that much power over what it takes to buy and sell." And they say, remember what we went over earlier, the accuser of the brethren. God said the prophets prophesied against countries, kingdoms. You understand?
Right.
Yeah. So if you said America is the devil, like we prophesying, and we control how you, because it's digital. They can cut us the hell off.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
So we getting there because y'all see how everything is right. Go to Revelation 13.
Make it long.
Revelation 13, man, 16.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 16.
Come on.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
Right, the mark in their right hand. And mark is going into sin when you read Job 10 and 14. And the precepts were what we read earlier in Revelation 17. Remember, she had the cup in her hand.
Message.
Read.
Or in their foreheads.
Right, and she had the name in her forehead. So the cup in her hand was full of what? Abominations and filthiness, right? And the name written on her forehead was Babylon the Great, the mother of abominations of the earth.
Right.
You understand? So it's sin.
That's
so
right.
You have to agree with America's sin, democracy. Come on.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
So the buyer selling, this began on a scale of like the tariffs, embargoes, and all of that. Like Trump doing heavy to try to keep America economy. You understand? It's through the pride, whatever.
Message.
But it's through this digital currency stuff, they're going to be able to enforce this with every individual. You understand? They're going to control who's able to spend money and who can't.
This is crazy.
Remember, read Wisdom of Solomon 14. We finna close it out. Wisdom of Solomon 14:27.
Wisdom of Solomon.
Double on the side, Bishop Peter went over it. This what it is.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 27.
Come on.
For the worshiping of idols.
Idolatry.
Not to be named. Is the beginning, the cause, and the end.
And the what?
And the end of all evil.
So that mark of the beast is dealing with what? Idolatry.
Right.
So if you go against America's, because go to Revelation 16, because the money, the politics, and the religion are all intertwined with the beast. So if you believe you in the God of Israel that's going to judge America, you understand? I'm telling you, it's just like what in the time of the Greeks, they're going to be putting us to death. Yeah. That has always been associated with the dollar.
Right.
Message.
Death. It's fiat money. That's war money. That's blood money, literally. Blood money. It can buy you what you want. All right, where we at?
Revelation chapter 16, verse 13.
Read verse 12.
Verse 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates.
Come on.
And the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
That the way of the what?
That the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
Right. In the time that the Euphrates dried up, go right back to that time where all of that stuff started happening that Esau was talking about.
Yeah.
That the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Meaning Iran, meaning the Arabs, meaning China, all of them. And then you read about the three unclean spirits, politics, economics, religion. All of that is going to contribute to what? Read verse 14.
Verse 14.
Come on.
For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, To gather them to the battle.
To do what?
To gather them to the battle.
To gather. So these 3 unclean spirits is going to gather all the nations to the what?
To the battle of that great day of God Almighty.
World War III!
That's right.
So I'll pray to the Most High. So Lord's willing, y'all was edified by today's show. Dealing with the U.S. dollar, that is the currency of the beast. Donate to the Booster Club while we can. Donate to the Booster Club. Help us out, man. I'll pray to the Most High, double honor to the bishop. That's where the understanding come from.
That's right.
You understand? So I'll pray to the Most High God.
That's
Most High
right.
Christ, bless. Shalom.